Hey guys, so welcome to day 13. So what I've been doing, finishing up the book that I started a few days ago, and getting caught up. So I'm caught up in this for day 12, but I didn't finish my notes in for day 12, but I'm not sure how much I showed so far, but yeah, it's properly done so far. Like, I'm caught up in terms of the notes and things. So I'll show you in a few, but let me just give you the review on the books, and plus I want to do an entry in my sewing junk journal. This is my sewing junk journal. If you haven't seen it, that I'm gonna go put it on TikTok. I haven't posted in maybe 3 days now, so I'm not as active over there as I am on Instagram, but I try. And I have so much material to be active on there, but sometimes I just don't. So let's talk about Jackal. This is Erin E. Adams, and yeah, she lives in New York. She is a debut author. I don't think she wrote. She is Haitian American. So it gives the Caribbean, and it does talk about Haiti in here. Her Haitian heritage is talked about with the character. So is not in the Caribbean, but it does get ugly Caribbean because of the author heritage of and the things that is talked about as far as her appearance in the book. Alright, but here's the rundown. I love mystery. I love murder mystery. Don't do well with horror. Horror. The only book so far that I've ever really truly is The Picture of Dorian Gray. You know how I felt about that book. But I was okay with this. It didn't creep me out. I thought it was going to creep me up because the movie is set where things are happening in the woods. And I live on a mountain and I'm in the woods. I literally live in the woods and on the mountain. So initially my take was, oh, this book is probably not going to be the best book to be reading right now when I'm on vacation by myself every day and having this relaxed, peaceful moment, and now I'm going to be listening to sounds and thinking of creepy things. It didn't give me that, but I'm glad it didn't give me that. Now, here is the plus and the minus. This is a mix for me. This book is a mix. I do love that the author is a debut author, so I love the story build up, the clues and the things that you expect to get in suspense, because you want to figure the story out yourself. You want to see the twist and turn. The drawback for me is whenever I am reading this kind of story, you have to give me something in the middle. I need a little bit of action in the middle before you get to the end. I don't need you to save everything for the end, because you lose me along the way when you do that. She did that. There was a lot of directing you to the peak without giving you any flair in it before you get to the peak, and that's where, to me, I'm like, it felt dry. It was a bit dry for me with that. When it did get to the peak, I was like in for it. I was like, all right. I'm figuring out certain things, and little things are happening. I'm seeing why this is happening. But because you had me holding on for so long to get to the peak, when I got to the peak, I wanted fireworks, and I didn't get fireworks. I got, like, you know, those stars that you used to, the kid that used to just look like this, and you used to love seeing it, and it still make you feel good and smile, but you did like the big old boom, and you didn't get the big old boom because you dragged me to get to the boom. That's how I else about this. You have to give me something in the middle. You have to give me something in the middle for someone like me to really stay with the book and want. It was one of those where I'm just going to finish the book, but I didn't care after a while because you dragged me. You didn't give me no kaboom in the middle. I need something that's gonna make me like, oh my god, that just happened. It was like the paint is drying. Oh, another analogy: you get a beautiful paint. I paint all the time. I paint my junk journal, and sometimes you don't really know what the true color looks like until it's dry. That's just it. I'm watching the paint dry, and I'm waiting for the nice ending, and I didn't get the color I thought I was gonna get. Another analogy? Yes, that's it. Beautiful cover. Absolutely beautiful cover. The premise, the storyline was actually good storyline. I thought it was interesting take because the women who were being disappearing and who were being murdered once a year every summer happen to be black women in this town that is predominantly white. So there's that, how she took you there, but then it's something else over there, so you're not sure what's going on. I like that, even though it's like a catfish in a way. That's the best way to put it. Maybe I shouldn't even say that. But this is the gist of it, is that I like that. I just felt like she should have added something in the middle that would just like get your heart rate going, instead of like mutilated animals showing up everywhere. Mutilated animals that's supposed to scare you, and I'm reading this thinking, I don't do scary movie, I don't do scary books, I don't do scary period, and it didn't scare me. It was more gross than scared. That was more gross. So with that, I don't even know what to rate this, because it's definitely it's if I'm being nice, I might give it a 3 or a 2.5. I feel like a 2 is low because I did like some aspect of it. So I would say I would give it a 3, just to be there, just to be right there. But it's not a strong 3, put it that way. But the potential was there. It's just it wasn't executed the way it should have. It was flat. It was flat. If you read this and you loved it, chime in. I am welcome to the discussion on this. It's just, again, for someone like me who don't read this kind of book often, you gotta give me something in the middle to catch me, to keep me, to want me to get me excited, and it's just like a violin playing all the way to the end. And in the end, you're going to give me what? Okay. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. It's like a hot and cold when it comes to the books this month. It's like some books not so, and some books I got 2 more on the list that I'm hoping to finish this week. I am hoping the next round after that, I'm able to select books from the long list. I mean, we're talking almost 50 books, and I might have just read maybe 10 by now of the 50 books. So it got to be more, even though there's a lot of nonfiction. I really don't want to touch nonfiction yet, but I'm hoping that there's more fiction in there that's really gonna like have me fist pumping and excited. So again, but they all debut, so I have to also be mindful that the fact they are debut authors, not, seasoned authors. With that said, let me show you what I have so far. I'm not sure, honestly, I'm not sure, and I'm probably not going to break out the video to find out where I left off on what I've done so far in the junk journal. So I'm just gonna show you what I've updated so far in the junk journal. And then I am going to do a spread in the sewing journal, which I won't show you all of it. You have to go check out my TikTok to see all of it, but I'll give you like a skim of what I have so far in that junk journal. And yeah, so my desk is crowded right now, but we're gonna try and make a little bit of room. And guys, it's literally like 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock, but it looks darker than that right now. So I've only documented till day 11. I did not write in day 12 yet, but I'll do it when I'm done. So let's see what we got here. I think we left off at day 7, which I showed you guys. So I did add a communication, which was under the last time, and of course, Inka, where's your husband? And of course, I showed the cooking stuff on this one. So, hopefully I'm not losing. Yeah. And then this is 8. So I did the first book to movie adaptation for day 8, and then I made earrings, which I just put that here. I said I need a redo for this movie, which was Sugarcane Alley. And then this was day 9, where I had all the short story that I read, and I did review this one. Day 10 was pretty much art and craft day, where I was doing a lot of sewing. This is the collage I did. So I talked about day of doing things that I enjoy, the calm and excitement of knowing I created something special. So this is I felt for like the dress and the collage. I love this page actually. And then page 11 is when I went to see Black Panther. So I put the stub, the ticket stub. It was $11.20 movie I saw. It was $11, which is the least I've paid in a long time for a movie. And this is the second time I went to a movie in the movie theater. The first time was when I saw Woman King. So in 3 years. So this year it was the first time in 3 years I went to the movie theater. So that always feels special. And then of course I did this pull out. Remember when I made this, I was like, what? I know I want to do a pull out, but how am I gonna use it? And this is what I did. So the book that I reviewed, What the Fireflies Knew, and I just put like a little note on here of what just a brief note, because in my reading journal I added more. And so I like this pull out, and I'm going to definitely put one in the other. And then this is 12, which I haven't put the notes yet, so I'm going to add notes here and here. It was a snowy day, so I love that I had this collage to do a snowy day. And then here, the fireplace, I like that. And then of course I put the book, and this is the movie photo, and I'm just going to add a little notes, which I haven't done yet. And then of course day 13 I haven't done yet, which is today. So I'll figure I'll do that whenever I'm done. And yeah, so we got with this. So I'm not going to close it because I'm going to come back to it. And so here we go with my sewing journal. So far I think none of these were done. I think the only one I did on TikTok were these two, which was this dress and also this birthday dress that I did on TikTok. I didn't do this one either. I love this vintage sewing machine, the best ever. And now I'm going to do a spread for for this one. So I am, yeah, I'm going to do a spread right now. Alright, so if you want to see what the spread look like, just head over my TikTok. Trying to grow it over there. And yes, I'm going to end this video here. I am going to finish doing some more collage, and I really want to read a Christmas romance, and I have one from an author that I have not read a book from in I would say it's 3 years. She's an author that I actually used to read at least one of her books or two of her books per year, and I fell off in the last 3 years. I don't think I've picked up a book since 2019, which I think I saw her then. Yeah, I did meet her before. I was such a big fan because she writes rom-com, she writes romance comedy, and I used to have people reading her book even before I had this channel. That's how much I was a big fan. So I want to see how she's done because I have not read any of her books in a while, but she has a Christmas series, and I'm going to read one of the books tonight. It's a short one. It's less than 100 pages, and so I'm going to cuddle up with that and read it, and hopefully it's worth talking about. And I'll give you the rundown on her tomorrow, and maybe we'll give you like one of her favorite books that I own and love, and it's signed. Because I hunt her down because I needed that book signed. And I'll see how her newer stuff feels, and I'll talk about that tomorrow, and also some other things that I want to share tomorrow. And it's some special stuff coming up. Again, head over to my Instagram, go ahead and submit the word of the day for a journal move for the December journal move challenge, which is from December 25th to the 31st. And I will have the calendar on Sunday, so you still have time if you're just seeing this and you haven't been on my Instagram. For those who haven't been on my Instagram, I will have the calendar on my blog on Sunday, so that you can still have the calendar, so you can see all the 7 words that if you want to, because I know a lot of you guys do not have Instagram, or even if you do, you're not active on there. So but I always provide the calendar for you to use on my blog, and I know a lot of you guys do go on the blog and get the calendar. So thanks for still joining in, even though you are not an Instagram person or any kind of social media person, which is very understandable. You don't need to be on social media to have to journal and you see how passionate I am about journaling, and there's so many ways you can journal, and it can be very relaxing. These junk journals, I never knew until this year how much I would love junk journaling. I've had a dibby and dabby in junk journaling for the maybe last 3 years, but I never really committed to really like have it as such a relaxing and peaceful activity for me to do. If I feel stressed, if I feel not myself, I literally can come up and just start doing something in my junk journal or creating a junk journal, and I find that by the time I'm finished, I feel so calm and relaxed. It makes me take my mind off a lot of things that I don't need to be constantly thinking about, and it also just really again relaxes me. So this is why I'm so passionate about journaling and finding different ways to journal, because there's so many different ways you can journal than the traditional that you expect. So I will see you tomorrow day, and I will talk more about maybe a holiday romance. We'll see. All right, see you the next one. Bye.